Hey guys! So, if you can't tell already, today, oh, look at it, look at it. If you guys haven't caught on already, I'm going to be doing a 90s flashback hairstyle and makeup look. The blue eyes with the brown lip, and also a bunch of hairstyles that were really cool back then. I was born in the 90s. You know, those times, those were the best of times. Your only worry was coming back from school and looking at your Tamagotchi and seeing whether it died or not. And like, mine was always dead. The poos would stack up on top of each other, and because while I was away, you know, it would like crap itself to death. Or, you know, when like your little buttons get stuck, and so the reset button was your best friend. If you didn't live through it, you just didn't have a childhood. First of all, let's just go through some nostalgic 90s items, shall we? The VHS, which was like, had those two wheels type of thing that recorded movies, and at the beginning there would be that like kind of rainbow stripy thing when it like failed or something, and it'd be like Velcro wallets. Nintendo 64, glow-in-the-dark stickers. You know, they're just like those greeny, they're really ugly thinking about it now. I don't know why I wanted it so much to like stick up on my room. I understand, Mum, why you didn't get them for me. When the chatterbox made all the serious life decisions for you and you'd be like, does he like me? Should I go to school today? So easily amused. And do you remember those little silly putty things? They were like in this egg hard case, and then you opened it up and there was this like gooey stuff, and then you used to like play with it and spend your life trying to pick the hairs out of it. Good times, good times. And when you did get old enough to start, you know, busting a move, it wasn't about like how to get low, get low, get low. It was like, I don't know the words, like who even knew the words? Everyone's just like, going to school socials, parties, discos. Oh my God, school discos. Those are just a few of my most favorable memories, but there was definitely struggles back then. So I digress. It's good just to time travel back a little bit, so let's go. So for makeup, I'm gonna first start off with this Cover FX primer just to seal the oil glands on the face. They had more of like a matte skin, like they had never heard of anything like highlighting, strobing, you know, all that jazz. I'm gonna go in with a really matte foundation, and so I'll be using the 24-hour infallible I'll be using the 24-hour stay infallible liquid foundation from L'Oreal. Back in the day when you used to watch MTV, like, weren't they the greatest days of Earth? I think that was the trend, a really pale matte face. And yeah. It's choking me. And then just for under the eyes, I'm just going to use this LA Girl Pro Conceal because it's really, really light, and it also covers up the under eye. Where did that come from? Ew, eye boogers. Now, just to really set that all down and give that really matte skin look, I'm going to take my Dior powder that's like 36 shades too light for my skin, which is perfect for this. I want this to be like really full coverage, so I'm just taking that and patting it over the entire face. So with this look, I think it's important to blend it to your neck, otherwise it'll just look like you're floating with this little bobble head, which actually reminds me of my driver's license because I wore like a white t-shirt and the backdrop is white. So in my license, I'm just like this floating head. Good times, good times. So once you've sapped all the moisture and dew out of your face, we'll move on to eyebrows. And if you look at photos from the 90s, like eyebrows were not on fleek because people like Gwen Stefani, especially Gwen Stefani and Drew Barrymore, like they have these kind of thin, kind of sluggish lines as eyebrows, and they weren't blended in, they had no gradient, it was just like boom. So yeah, I think this is gonna be fun. The thinner the better, I say. Love it. So once your eyebrows are al dente, on fleek, perfection, we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. Most of R&B and pop singers, they had like blue or purple eyeshadow with this really like white frosted look on top of it, all the way up to the brow bone. I mean, we're not talking about 90s supermodels like, you know, Naomi Campbell or Cindy Crawford. They had that brown smoky eye, but I just thought it'd be more fun to kind of put blue eyeshadow all the way up to my brow bone. So for today, I'm gonna take this little eyeshadow duo, and it's got a bit of purple. It's like a light lavender, lavender lilac, and like a bluey, and they're both like shimmery. So for the colors to pop, I'm just gonna put on some MAC soft ochre to prime my eyes as usual. I'm sure everyone that kind of sported this look back then looked back at old photos and was like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But then again, who doesn't look back at old photos and kind of just want to crawl into a hole and die? and then really just patting it over the entire eyelid. That was just what they did. So take it all the way up. Don't be scared, don't be scared. So actually, I have this like picture of Britney Spears in my head because back in the day, like who didn't love Britney Spears? I still love Britney Spears, there's no shame in that. Anyway, she had this like really blue eyeshadow. Same with Pamela Anderson and like Cameron Diaz. They all sported this like blue purple eyeshadow look. For that frosted look that I was talking about, I'm gonna go in with this Shiseido eyeshadow palette. It's got this really like shimmery kind of silver color. It kind of reminds me of Edward Cullen in the sunlight. You know how he like glistens in the sun? I'm gonna take that and dust it all over the lid and blend it up past where we put the blue, all the way to the brow bone. Subtlety, you know? Frosty. Eyeliner back then went like all around the rim. So I'm just gonna try and do that like all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. Oh my God, I just remembered. Did you guys ever have like that big sheet of stick-on earrings and there were like stars and there were diamonds? Thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. There were also like the clip-on ones as well, but I never really liked them because they really like made my ears throb and they really hurt. So after the liner, I'm gonna tight line the eyes and also outline the entire bottom lash line as well. So today I'm using the Physicians Formula. Yeah, it's just a black eyeliner. Meh. Just going in with the Naked palette and taking this one, Faint, and just kind of blending that out a little. It's a little bit better. I kind of look like a Furby. Do you remember Furbies? I wanted one so badly, and now that I think back, I'm like, oh my God, they're the creepiest thing in the world. The ones that like, they made all these like weird sounds and talked and everything. I don't know why they were so popular because they're creepy as hell. They're creepy as hell. Curl the eyelashes. I'm not gonna be using eyelashes today because I just feel it's unnecessary. Probably one of the most symbolic makeup looks of the 90s was the lip. It's that red brick brown, like, you know, Rachel, our friends. It's the Rachel lip. And actually, Kylie Jenner really brought back the 90s. You know, those huge brown lips of hers. And also, like, you see her sporting, like, the choker and everything like that, which is actually choking the hell out of me. I haven't had anything so constraining on my neck for so long. Anyway, so for today, I'm gonna be taking my Milani lip pencil, and this one's in Spice, and it's like the perfect brown shade. Like, it has a little bit of red, but not too much. I had an epic lip smacker, like, obsession, and then you could kind of just, like, draw it on your lips to lick off. Like, that was the only reason that I put it on, just to taste it. We kind of want like a really round look, so we're not really accentuating the Cupid's bow. To go over that, I'm taking this Laura Mercier lipstick in the shade Saint Tropez. And again, it's kind of like that really browny red. So I'm just gonna go all over the lips with that. So that's the lips. For the rest of the face, I'm just going to like lightly bronze up like the perimeter of my face. I'm not really gonna go in with a pinky blush because I don't think that was really what they did back then. I'm just adding more brownness to that because I don't know, the 90s just loved the color brown, so it seems it was just like a big leather shoe back then. So yeah, this is the makeup. So now we're gonna move on to hair. I kind of like recreated that scrunchie. The scrunchies! The scrunchies! That was all you needed back in the day, you know? Scrunchie could solve all your problems. But there's a few other nostalgic hairstyles that I'm going to walk you guys through, so I hope you enjoy. Oh no, but it's not just a high ponytail. Remember to take out these little cockroach feelers. Dude, if you didn't have one of these little tentacles or whatever you want to call them, you might as well not live. And then just kind of tie the ponytail as high as you can on top of the head. Make sure these tentacles shine, so like kind of twist them around and then like stretch it. And this, my friends, is the tentacle fountain head. Everyone rocked this, like Gwen Stefani. So please stop explaining. Don't tell me TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the that you used to. Destiny's Child. Ladies, leave your man at home. Club is full of ballers and the pockets full grown. And all your ladies leave your order. Okay, anyway, so you get the point. All right, next one. It's the butterfly clips. That was just life, butterfly clips. Do you remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sarah Michelle Gellar? This is something that I like distinctly remember her doing. Oh yes, kind of like a weave, you know, but not really. If anything, I think we should bring back these hairstyles. They take like little to no time at all. Okay, this one would have to be the easiest and also the most shameful. So like back then we all had a middle parting with like bangs or, you know, whatever. Hold it down as tight as possible to the scalp and then just pin it down. Oh yeah. So once you've pinned those little strands down like a criminal, just go through and get like random pieces of hair and just braid it. I forgot how time-consuming doing little teeny tiny plaits were, so I'm only gonna do 2. But you get the idea. Just like, you know, it's like the Christina Aguilera. Crimped and plaited. That was like... And actually, the more the better. Like, just the whole head of little mini buns, you know? That was the moral of the story. More buns, the better. Oh look, it's even like wiggling like little antennas. You could take this to the club, you could take this grocery shopping, like this was the shiz. Kind of looks like Shrek. This is starting to grow on me. Just something about this one is not gonna fly. Stop being ridiculous. So gang, I hope I've taken you down memory road. Memory road? Memory lane? Is that the phrase? Okay, memory lane. With this makeup and all the little gadgets and the hairstyle, which kind of looks like Shrek, a modern day Shrek. I'm sure a lot of you grew up in the 90s as well and can appreciate this, or, you know, look back at photos and like, oh my god, yeah, I was so cool back then. I was hip. I would love to hear any stories you guys have about back then. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you recreated in some sort of way or another, or not, especially this eyeshadow. But I mean, each to their own. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you guys later.